So this we will see in detail. So in every chapter, this section is given, like what are the learning objectives. So what you are going to learn. So in this chapter, there are 6 learning objectives. So which is starting from the meaning of stakeholders, like who are the stakeholders, the basic concept and basic meaning. Some definitions are given here. Okay. Then there are 2 distinctions. One is with the shareholder, comparison of stakeholder term with the shareholder, then comparison of stakeholder term with customer. Then there is a type of stakeholders, internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Then we have like this is the major chunk in this chapter, which are expectations of stakeholders from the organization. Then how to do the analysis of stakeholders. Okay, so fifth and sixth will be the major chunk in this chapter, but in this particular video we will see only the first part, that is meaning of stakeholders. So this is going to be a very short explanation video. Okay, so we will straight away start with this topic. So meaning of stakeholder. So I'll just mark what are the important sentences in this paragraph. Okay, and we will prepare our notes, short notes. Okay, so meaning of stakeholder. So it is basically they are saying that stakeholder has developed, the word has developed from the word stake, which means interest or expected benefit. Stakeholder therefore mean all those individuals, groups, institutes, institutions which have stake, that means which have interest in the functioning and performance of the commercial organization. Okay, so this is my first point, like basic meaning of the word. Okay, then going ahead we can see that a person is said to be a stakeholder when that person has interest in the organization. Okay, same line. The decision and action of the organization influence stakeholders directly or indirectly. This is, they are trying to say that whatever action organization takes, whatever act they do, whatever business transactions they do, that have a direct impact on their stakeholders. Okay. Then next is who are the stakeholders. So see, stakeholders may vary greatly from few individuals. So individuals like you and me, they can be a stakeholders to a large institutions. Now institutions means banks, government. Such institutions can also be your stakeholders. Okay. Uh, then these are some points. So this one is important. And who are the stakeholders? Okay. Then going forward, so commercial organizations should take their stakeholders seriously, that they're saying. Then stakeholders can combine like block or delay in its operation. So this again, this will come. So this one is important point. One more, that stakeholders can have a negative impact and also a positive impact. Okay, so these are the people who are related to the organization. They have their interest in the organization. They get affected by the decisions of the organization. So like they can also affect the organization. So this can be in a positive way or also in a negative way. Okay, so like organization should not um take lightly what stakeholders are doing. Okay, then what stakeholders provide to the organization. So different resources are provided by the stakeholders to the organization, which can be your finance, like your capital, labor, raw material, machinery, etc. Okay, so these resources stakeholder provide to the organization. This is my fourth point, like for preparing the notes. Then okay, here this is example given, that how stakeholder will impact your, like how they will impact you positively or negatively. Okay, then there is one definition given by George Goider. Okay, so he's saying industry in the 20th century can no longer be regarded as a private management for enriching shareholders. Okay, so means if shareholders want to grow their wealth, then the private management like singly cannot do it in the new modern era, like in 20th century. Okay, so it has become a joint enterprise in which workers, management, consumers, the locality, government, trade union, officials play important part. Okay, so he is explaining these things that in new era, only the owner of the business or the organization, he cannot run the business privately. Like he can, but he will not grow and his wealth will not grow if he does so. Okay, so we will make our points for this first para, that is meaning of the stakeholders in business organization. Then we will conclude this particular video. Okay, so I will try to share this notes with the students. Let us see how we can do that later point of time. Okay, so this is my basically chapter 1, stakeholders. Of course, in business organization. So what we have seen is the meaning stake. Okay, so stake means to have interest. Okay, and of course stakeholders as a whole. This means people who have interest or expected benefit in organization. Okay, I think we should use the ruled one, no? So the writing will be a bit better. Okay, so that is one point. Then we have like taken some points out there, which was my first point was, which we have covered, that what is stake and what who are or the stakeholders. Then who can be the stakeholders? Okay, so this is a conceptual point. So stakeholder. So who can be stakeholders? So this can be like individuals or institutions. For example, banks. Okay. And then point for consideration was like stakeholders provide resources to organization. Now this resources can be your finance, that is your capital money, then labor means your employees. Okay, then raw material, machines, etc. Okay, so this was our third point of consideration. Then the important thing, like, which we need to understand, okay, that commercial organizations should take their stakeholders seriously, their interest seriously, because stakeholders can have positive impact as well as negative impact on the organization. Now, I will just explain you few examples. What can be the positive impact? So, suppose there are people who have started the business with certain amount of money, and now their business is increasing. So they want, of course, they want to increase their capital. They want money to like for expanding their business, to increase their business. Suppose they have one factory which is catering to one region. Now their product is so much popular that they want to open one more factory or one more unit to like cater large um, number of customers, like more customers. But where they will get the money? So the bank will lend them the loan based on their track record and based on their credibility. So positive impact is, like, for example, bank giving loan. This is one positive impact. The second example can be, now we can see there are a lot of electronic vehicles. So there are a lot of startups. So government is one stakeholder, as it takes tax from the businesses and provides certain like facilities to them. Okay, so what government can do in this? So if you are a startup, we can like, as we are seeing in our practical life, there is a startup, there is a new business, there is a new innovation, then government giving subsidy to such businesses, that is one type of a positive impact on the business. Like if the new machinery a business want to purchase, which is of 1 crore, then government will like fund you for 50%. So 50 lakhs the owner will pay, and 50 lakh the government will pay by way of subsidy, or some government grants are there also, like government grant. So that is also a positive impact on the business. Now, what is the negative impact? Okay, so now if you're like, for example, say your business is doing very good, okay, and you're earning a good profits, but you're not raising the wages or salaries of your employers, employees, sorry. So what can they do? So employee may do some strikes and they stop working because their wages or their salaries are not increased in 2, 3, 5, 6 years. Okay, they're working on the same salary, but they can see that owner is growing their wealth very much, but we are not getting affected. We are doing the same, like we are also doing the hard work for the business, but our salary is the same, so they can go on the strike. So this is a negative impact. Employee is one of my stakeholder. Okay, so this is an example of the positive impact and a negative impact. Okay, so by and large we have covered this point. Okay, so thank you all for